Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Jean back on the case, looking at part 4 of the discs and ruins of Pyramus Fossae. We're looking at the high-rise photograph called Possible Olivine-Rich Terrain, and you can find the link to this page in the video description below. Acquired on the 17th of August 2008 at a resolution of 25 centimeters per pixel. And I'm showing you images cropped from the JP2 B and white map projected file. We're looking at the fifth, that sounds a bit weird, but we're looking at the fourth slice of this image over here. And that's from the low-res JPEG. First anomaly we're checking out is right there, and as usual, we've got another one of these slabs or disc-like anomalies with a little protrusion or some type of little dome on it. That one measures about, the base measures about 10 by 10 meters, and that circular dome-like protrusion on it is about 4 meters across. We zoom in close, we can see this, what looks like another block slab, top of a base maybe, on which we've got that strange little structure on top, very close to the center, like so many others we found. And we're looking at a weird, really strange anomaly located here to the left, and it's got this rounded side to it, and it's definitely a multi-layered object. We've got this other piece coming over the top, so that rounded portion is about 6 meters in diameter, and that little protrusion on the side is about 1 to 1.5 meters in diameter. Up close, check out the rounded, like a disc shape, and then on top of it we've got this other piece, comes around, and then it's got this rounded side to it here as well. And then off to the left, what looks like a little dome, very similar to some of these other anomalies I've found that looked like scarab beetles that you find in Egypt as well, carved out of stone. Check that out. We've also got this rounded scoop type feature in the front, and this other piece mounted on top, and then off to the one side we've got that little protrusion or dome, very similar to this. Could these objects be related somehow? Don't know if there could be some direct similarity between these, but they are basically the same size. And for those of you that follow my channel, you'd know that I found another 2 or 3 of these. This one's in more pristine condition. Taken from my video called Mars and the Ancient Egyptian link to the evidence. So if you get a chance, check out that video. Here we're looking at another massive slab or some type of base. And on top of it, we've got a little pyramidal or cone-like feature. This is in the blurry part of the photograph again, so if I zoom in it will break up a bit more than usual. That slab or base is about, let's see, close to 15 meters wide and about 10 meters across. So that protrusion off to the one side, that's about 4 to 5 meters wide as well. Check that up close. As I say, a bit pixelated and blurry, but you get the general idea of this geometry. Looks like we have like a base plate or slab, and then through the center line off to the back we've got that pyramid or cone-like feature there. Also very similar to another one I found in part 3, the discs and ruins of Pyramus Fossae. Also we have what looks like a base plate, maybe a metallic plate, and then off to the one side we've got a little cone or dome-like feature there. Here we're looking at some more slabs and blocks. Very few of these in this high-rise photograph. This is quite unusual to find these two. There's what looks like a little cube block over there, and next to it, lying on its side, looks like another one of these bright disc-like objects. The block measures 4 by 4 meters, and I'm not sure how deep it goes in. It might be covered in Martian sand and dust. Check that out. Very similar to some other blocks that I found in this photograph. You can see 3 of these sides, got straight edges and right angles to it, and then on this side looks as if it's slightly carved in. Check out that dark shadow. And then, as I say, what looks like another one of these bright discs lying against it. We have another cube or block, same sort of shape and size, but off to the one side we've got this little rounded part. This is from part 1, the discs and ruins of Pyramus Fossae, and that block over there also reminds me of those that I found near the Insight lander in Elysium Planitia. In the video there's some of the best evidence of megalithic blocks and ruins on Mars. Okay, yeah, we're looking at a really strange, weird anomaly as well. It looks almost like it could be some type of hatch that's opened, or maybe a metallic plate with some parts that are bent up. Maybe this is a entranceway, who knows. But it also reminds me of another that I found in part 1 of the Sidonian Neolithic artists and builders of Mars, and it's right there in the center of this larger image, and the base is about, let's see, 12 meters across, and that maybe it might be a hatch or a lid, or just this oval shaped smaller part on top is about 6 meters long and about 1.5 meters wide. Let's check that out. Also another similar sort of arrangement there. And then just for the hang of it, I chucked in another one over here from part 3, the discs and ruins of Pyramus Fossae. Some similarities again. There it is up close. As I say, I don't know if this is a hole, whether this is like an oval shaped object next to it casting that shadow. That there looks pretty much like a piece of metal plate. Straight edges, it looks as if it's slightly bent. But I don't know, you guys and girls be the judge of that. Let me know what you think of these in the comments below, please. Always appreciated. Yeah, we're looking at 2 rather strange anomalies next to one another. Let's see, the first on the left, another one of these sort of triangular shapes with a rounded side. That piece is about 12 meters long, and the piece next to it, it's got like 3 parts to it. Check out the parallel lines over there. We've got 3 parallel edges, 2 grooves possibly over there. Looks like a disc-like shape sandwiched between 2 smaller pieces. Don't know if that's a type of a sculpture perhaps. Maybe that there too. Maybe these are pieces from some type of sculpture, or I don't know, statue. Very artistic looking anomalies. Check that out. This is about 10 by 10 meters. This one to the right. But as I say, it's got this like rounded disc between 2 smaller parts. From the shadow you can also see this piece in the middle is casting that rounded shadow there. Over here where the cursor is, you've got a long, narrow, rectangular piece visible in the sunlight over there. Look how bright it is. That is about 12 meters long. And the visible piece sticking up out of the surface there is about 5 meters tall. Check out the rounded, smaller part next to it. And then also we've got what looks like a smaller part over there, sandwiched between two of these longer sides. And there off to the top, also in that opening, we've got that little sphere or dome. Another unusual, rather weird, strange setup going on there. Okay, here we're looking at another one of these rectangular parts with a little hole in it. It's about 10 meters long, and the little hole is about 1.5 meters in diameter. And unfortunately, this is also from the blurry part of the high-rise photograph. So we zoom up close, you can see a bright surface to it, straight edges, and then that rounded part at the top with what looks like a perfect little hole drilled into it over there. Very similar to another piece, this one over here, same sort of size, but it's got what looks like a little rounded sphere or dome on it, almost 1 meter, 1.5 meters in diameter as well. From the video part 3, the Sidonian Neolithic artists and builders. Another one of these strange delta-shaped objects. This one's about 12 meters tall, by about 10 meters on this one side, 12 by 10. And then in the V shape, we've got that strange smaller piece. Yeah, so up close, also from the blurry part of the photograph, unfortunately, you check the L shape to this, and the really strange sticking out like a sore finger type of anomaly is right there in the center of that V shape. Rather unusual if that's a boulder or rocks. A similar sort of arrangement from part 3, the discs and ruins of Pyramus Fossae. We've got this almost delta shape, got a U shape maybe to it, but also right there in the middle we've got that smaller part. So some similarities in the arrangement of those anomalies. Now we're looking at another one of these hexagonal shaped objects. Each side of this one is about 6 meters long, and zoomed up, also a blurry part of the photograph. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Got symmetry and geometry in this shape. Check it, the 2 rounded sides coming up to this rounded apex over there. And then another similar one from part 2, the discs and ruins of Pyramus Fossae. We've got 2 rounded sides coming up to a rounded apex. So some commonalities there, I'd say. Another one of these teardrop shaped anomalies. It's almost like a type of a shield, not that it is. This one's 12 meters tall by about 8 meters wide, and the little protrusion on it is about 2 meters in diameter. Up close, check it, the symmetry in this. We've got two rounded sides on either side of that center line, and through the center line, as I say, we've got that, looks like a little dome, and then a little hole by the looks of it cut in or drilled in over there, also on the center line. So some intelligent design there maybe, similar to others, but let's check out this one example, another teardrop shape. Part 3, the discs and ruins of Pyramus Fossae, and in the center we've got that oval shaped protrusion or smaller part. Okay, yeah, another one of these. I found one in a previous episode. This piece is about 6 meters long, about 5 meters wide, and that little, maybe it's a hole or a little dome over there casting that shadow, but that dark spot is about 1.5 meters in diameter. Up close you can see multiple sides to this. It's almost as if there's a hexagonal shape here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides that are visible, with that dark spot close to the center, and then off to the one side we've got that other piece with 1, 2, 3, 4 sides to it. And then the similar one that I found is from part 3, the discs and ruins of Pyramus Fossae. Also we've got the main side facing us, then going off to the back we've got that part going off there, and on this one going through that way. And instead of a little hole here, we've got a little cone or pyramid, also very much the same size. So check that out. And then this piece, very, very unusual. Nothing else like it in this entire high-rise photograph. It's massive. This piece is about 20 meters long, about 8 meters wide. Zoom up close, we can see straight edges, parallel sides, check that out. 90-degree angle there. Very bright, smooth surface. Compared to another one, similar design features to this one, it's just a little clearer and more pristine. This is from some of the best evidence of megalithic blocks and ruins on Mars in Elysium Planitia near the InSight lander and rover Curiosity. So check out that. We've got very similar design features. Okay, yeah, we're looking at a little disc lying next to a boulder there. That disc is about 6 to 7 meters in diameter. You can see the rounded edge, smooth flat surface as well, and it looks like a little dome, flattened dome there in the center as well. Another one of these disc-shaped anomalies there in the center, and then one off to the right. This one in the center is about 12 meters to 10 meters in diameter, and it's got this narrow V-shaped smaller part on top of it in the center line just off to the side. Now we're looking at the one to the right, about 10 to 11 meters in diameter, and that strange anomaly on top of it is about 5 meters across. You can see the disc shape to it. We've got 2 dark spots on either side of this larger part. So some symmetry in that design as well. Another disc, this one's also about 10 to 12 meters in diameter, and up close we can see the rounded side, almost a perfect arc, and then arranged in a triangular pattern there, those 3 dark spots of equal diameter. That one there is right in the center of the disc. And then another one of these. I featured some of these in my previous series, and very similar in design and shape. This object is about 9 meters across, and that little triangular part there, each side measures about 2 meters. Check at this, we've got a rounded side, yeah, and then a very circular disc shape on this side, and then off to the one side. It looks almost as if this is a little lid that's been opened with a hole there in the center line, and then more arrangement, some geometry and symmetry going on here with these 4 dark spots, almost same size. These 2 are very similar, and then we've got 2 dark spots next to one another, and then 2 over here as well. But check at the spacing, very geometric and symmetrical as well. Another disc. This one's about 10 meters in diameter, and that little, looks like a little triangle on top of it. Each side measures about 3 by 3 by 3, and then that little dark spot there in the center. I'm not sure if that's a hole maybe. But check at that ring off to the one side. It seems to be attached to the disc, and then we've got, looks like a little opening over here. Don't know what the heck this is, but check that perfect rounded side there. There's another one of these disc-shaped objects, about 12 meters across. Each side of this thing is about 5 meters. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. And the 5th side over here looks rather strange. It's got these 2 circular parts cut into it, and then that thing right there in the center. Doesn't look like a typical boulder or rock, not even swamp gas. I don't know what that is. It's not swamp gas. The other object here to the right, and it's about 10 by 10 meters each of those sides. To get the straight edges, nice rounded corners, and then this strange narrow piece there in the center casting that shadow, and then a little dome-like feature next to it. This could be natural, but I don't know. That thing, I don't know what that is. It's not a boulder, that's for sure. Here we're looking at another very bright object about 10 meters across, and that little triangular object on top of it is about 5 meters across. Check that out, this rounded side, nice arc to it, and then that straight edge there and there, the right angle, and then in the center that smaller part. As I said, it looks like a little triangular object. Another disc-like object there, and remember this is all from the same high-rise photograph from this current series. So I'm not even comparing these disc-shaped anomalies, there's just too many of them. Let's check out this one in the center. It was about 10 meters across, and this narrower piece casting that shadow is right there in the center as well, with that rounded side. and then 2 straight edges with a right angle there. That looks like a weather balloon right there in the center of the screen. That's about 12 meters in diameter. Oh guys, I'm not being sarcastic, it's just I've had enough of all these stories that we've been told. The narrative is just so old, it really sucks. I'm going to do a little series about the current disclosure effort underway by mainstream media, covered by all the major newspapers, and the History Channel with Unidentified. So yeah, going to check out some of Donald Trump's statements about the MIC as well. And I don't know if we may be heading to some sort of fake alien invasion scenario. There's this dark threat, in inverted commas, narrative to the MSM and this unidentified program on the History Channel. So if I do make jokes about this, it's just I've reached the point where I've just had enough. We need to move on. We all know what's really going on. So this object in the center is about 12 meters across, and the dark spot has a diameter of about 2 meters. There's actually 2 dark spots next to one another in the center of this larger rounded object. Also from the blurry part of the high-rise photograph. So ladies and gents, that's it for this video. I hope you found it informative and interesting. I'll be doing part 5, which is the conclusion within the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that one. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, at my blog, and then I've got 2 accounts, a PayPal and Patreon account. So if you'd like to contribute to my work and take the channel to the next level, please do so over at Patreon or PayPal. Any contribution will help a ton. I've got to upgrade my current hardware, which is rather old now, 10 years old. Really like to take the channel to the next level. Remember, when you subscribe, also to hit the notifications bell. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Ciao for now.